I'm feeling silly. It's Friday. Thank God. And I feel good. And today I want to talk to you about the law of assumption. So I hope you're having a good day. And this material will really help you. And I'm taking all this from Neville's book, Neville Goddard's book, the Deluxe collection, and the first chapter, which is called At Your Command. And the thing about Neville is he was in the New Thought movement, and he was a mystic. He was ahead of his time in a lot of ways, in my opinion, really brilliant. And he was friends with a guy that was also a mystic, and his mentor Abdullah was the kind of guy that if Neville wanted to manifest something, Abdullah would just be like, well, you already have it, and he'd slam the door in his face. That's how he taught him, because that is creation. Creation is finished, which is the law of assumption. So if Neville wanted to go to Barbados for Christmas, but he didn't have the money because he was from Barbados, and he told Abdullah, I don't have the money, but I want to go, Abdullah would just say, you know what to do, you're already there, and slam the door in his face. And so basically he's teaching, Goddard and Abdullah, they're teaching that through your imagination, through your assumptions, that you can actually imagine, feel, and project yourself into the reality that you choose to create for your life. And that is the law of assumption. Assume it. And in fact, he does write about that in the chapters of this book, that he was going to sleep at night. Right before you go to sleep, how you're drowsy is when you can also control your thinking. You can actually, you're drowsy, but you can still manage to project the images that you want to think about. And he would lay there imagining that he was in Barbados. And he did this for, I guess, a week. And don't you know, the money showed up. Okay, so At Your Command is where he starts this wonderful deluxe collection talking about, can man decree a thing and have it come to pass? And he says most decidedly, of course, yes. In fact, nothing has ever appeared in your life or my life that you haven't pictured already. And you know that. Nothing has been created in this world that wasn't already an idea in someone else's mind. And the way that he talks about the Bible is that he recommends looking at it as teaching of psychology that takes place in the consciousness of man instead of the history of an ancient civilization. Claim it as your own. Claim it. Whatever it is that you are interested in creating, claim it as your own, and so it is your own. And he goes into saying that consciousness is the resurrecting power, resurrecting that which man is conscious of. So this helps you develop a new concept of yourself and a new way of looking at what you have in your life internally, not what you have in your 3D, what you have in your being, who you're believing yourself to be. And beliefs act as true until we change them. Now, from my own personal experiences, this works. And you have to do your own experiment, because me telling you is one thing and it will help you, and surely studying always helps because it reinforces the information, and then you become aware of the tools that you can use, and then you adopt them yourself and you create for yourself what it is that you would love to have. Consciousness. So he says, if the reader will give up all your former beliefs in a God apart from yourself and claim God as your awareness of being, as Jesus and the prophets did, you will transform your world with the realization, as Jesus said, I and my Father are one. He discovered this glorious truth and declared himself to be one with God. Not a God that man has fashioned, for he never recognized such a God at all. He said, heaven is within you. And so the message of at your command is everything that you do decree is at your command, as long as you assume inside in your belief system and in your energy that it is. In the awareness of being, all things are possible. He said, you shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass. This is his decreeing, rising in consciousness to the naturalness of something. You believe in God? He said, believe in me also. Believe also in me. In other words, it is the me within you that is God. Prayers, to be successful, must be claiming rather than begging. So sometimes if you're having a hard time and you want additional help with something, you might be tempted to pray, God, please help me, which I do it. And I know this stuff, and I still do it. But it doesn't work the same as if I'm willing to shift my energy and shift my beliefs into owning a new consciousness of myself as that person who has what it is that would be the realization of the desire I want in the time. So this is really good stuff. And always, in doing all of this, and then he says again, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto you. Get first the consciousness of the things that you are seeking and leave the things alone. This is what is meant by ye shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass. Secrecy is the first law to be observed in realizing your desire. And why is that? Because you're creating with your beingness. All of you, your beingness, the highest part of you. And that is your business. You can't do that with someone else. It's all your business. So this is the law of assumption. And we're reading from the first chapter of Neville Goddard's Deluxe collection, At Your Command. And I am hoping that you command yourself to have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again. All my love.